Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome you all to this August gathering of ATMoSPHERE. And we are all excited to be part of this great event to felicitate and honor EPS esteemed customers, banks, and valuable investors, partners, and associates. The event is being held as a Thanksgiving ceremony to reciprocate the unflinching support and professional cooperation extended by all our benefactors. It is an honor and privilege to have amidst us our Chief Guest, Sri V.G. Kannan, Managing Director, Group Executive, Associates and Subsidiaries, State Bank of India, Sri Vineet Rai, Chairman and Managing Director, Avishkar Venture Management Services and Avishkar Group. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand to the Chief Guest who are present here. What we are today, EPS, is due to the well wishes of EPS customers, and to reciprocate the same, EPS founder Mani Mamalan wished that this unique ceremony be a Thanksgiving event christened as ATMoSPHERE 2015. A quick rundown on EPS vision and mission core values. EPS vision to be a leading provider of technology solutions in the retail banking and payment systems. Mission to be a leading provider of banking and retail terminals by providing cost-effective banking and transaction-related services and solutions. To establish a dependable electronic payment network and be a differentiator in providing electronic payment services. Our core values: we strive towards delivering service to understand and deliver what our clients need with a high standard of customer service and professionalism. Trust. We believe that trust and respect are essential for teamwork. Relationship. We believe in building strong relationship through transparency and fairness in all our dealings. Integrity. We are committed to a high standard of integrity. Value people. We value every member of our team and encourage their development. Excellence. We strive to excel always and meet the customer expectations. Indian ATM industry today witnessing an upswing, and in the long run, it has an opportunity of over 500,000 ATM deployments to be at least on par with developing economy like Brazil. As we look back, the story of EPS started from a tea joint, Tapri, in old Hiranandani market, Powai. It is a nostalgic moment down the memory lane. Today, as we move ahead, completing just well over 3 years since its inception, we stand on par with established players. We are happy to inform that EPS has crossed 100 crores turnover in January 2015 and would be touching close to 120 to 130 crores by March 2015. Electronic payment and services has been part of the growth when the ATM industry is set to grow from 180,000 ATMs to 350,000 ATMs in a couple of years, with the addition of white label ATM deployers entering the market. Ministry of Finance initiated a common procurement program for deployment of ATMs for all public sector banks and set the marathon pace for EPS with a winning move. EPS has, in short span of time, has installed more than 4,300 ATMs for public sector banks in the state of Maharashtra for Ministry of Finance project. In the MOF project, brown label ATM rollout, EPS stood as the first ATM deployer among all ATM deployers for single cluster pan-India. EPS made foray into pan-India with the signing of contract from Canara Bank for 1,200 machines across all geographies in India. EPS core management team comprises of ATM industry veterans and payment technology experts and ex-bankers turned technocrats who have deep domain knowledge of the payment system and have executed large contracts with many banks in India. EPS is driven by passion, commitment, and dedicated team of professionals. EPS is determined to make a positive difference with a win-win approach to the customers, banks, our valued investors, employees, and the entire ecosystem in the payment space. We believe there are three types of companies. Those who watch things happen. Then there are those companies who wonder what happened. And there are the companies which make things happen. At EPS, we not only make things happen, but make things happen better for our customers, our valued investors, and the entire ecosystems. EPS is emerging as one of the fastest growing professionally managed company in the payment system space. EPS carries a lot of well-wishes and goodwill from customers and banks as we have built credibility working with banks in the past couple of decades. EPS looks forward to an exciting business opportunity in the payment system space and a win-win relationship with customers, vendors, and partners. A brief profile of Manimamalan, who requires no introduction, but a brief profile. Founder, Chairman, and Managing Director, Electronic Payment Services. Manimamalan is well respected for his deep knowledge, innovation, and ingenuity in the retail technology banking space, including microfinance domain. He is renowned for his business acumen, strategy, and vision among peers and professionals in the banking community across India. Mani is also a founding member and director in Confederation of ATM Industry, a registered non-profit association solely focused on representing and protecting the interests of ATM industry members in India. He is also an active member in the Payment Council of India and Internet and Mobile Association of India, as well as an advisor of National Advisory Committee of IBEX, an international banking exposition India. With over 3 decades of experience in banking, organization development, and payment systems and shared ATM networks, Mani is considered a pioneer in introducing ATM outsource services in India. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have our chief guest, Mr. V.G. Kannan. A brief background of Mr. Kannan. He is the Managing Director and Group Executive of Associates and Subsidiaries of State Bank of India. He holds a board-level position in bank supervising the business SBI's 5 associate banks and 9 Indian subsidiaries. The 5 associate banks are independent board run by banks, which together add up to 1/4 the size of the group. The 9 subsidiaries are engaged in diverse financial activities such as asset management, life insurance, general insurance, custodial services, primary dealership, investment banking, broking, credit cards, pension funds, and factoring services. Mr. Kannan did his master's in business administration from Chennai University. Prior to being appointed as Managing Director of SBI, Mr. Kannan was the Managing Director and CEO of SBI Capital Markets, SBI Cap, the largest Indian investment banking company in India. He has held a number of important positions in his professional career with State Bank of India. Mr. Kannan has extensive experience in the loan assets of the bank. He was in charge of the mid-corporate clientele of State Bank, not only as CGM of mid-corporate, but also as General Manager of Mid-Corporate Regional Office, Delhi. In his role as CGM, he took various initiatives for business development, policy, oversight, control, and strategy of the mid-corporate group of the bank, with loan asset of approximately 1,50,000 crores. As General Manager, he was responsible for retail banking segment of Chennai operations of State Bank of India. In his role as CGM Chennai operations, he achieved all business targets, increased market share, profitability of key businesses, formulated and implemented strategies for effective delivery of products and services so as to maximize profits. Mr. Kannan has also worked extensively as chief dealer in the markets function of bank's treasury, both in domestic Indian markets as well as the international markets in the SBI dealing room in Hong Kong. He had spearheaded the treasury team and implemented the integrated technology solutions for the bank. Prior to this, Mr. Kannan also headed foreign exchange department of the bank. Welcome to you, sir. A brief profile of our chief guest, Vineet Roy. Vineet is the founder, managing director of Avishkar and co-founder and chairman of Intel Cap group of companies. In a career spanning across 2 decades. Vineet's areas of interest include early stage venture capital, micro enterprises, microfinance investments, incubations, and social investment advisory. Vineet chairs the board of Will Grow, an incubating and funding platform, and IntelliGrow, an IntelCap subsidiary which provides venture debt services to impact enterprises. He also serves on the board of Wish Foundation and has recently been appointed as an advisor to the Tibetan Entrepreneurship Development Initiative. Avishkar, founded in the year 2001, is one of the first impact fund advisory company in India and arguably a pioneer in the world. Avishkar advises and manages close to 1,200 crores of funds that are dedicated to investing with sustainable businesses serving low-income population. In 2002, Vineet funded IntelCap with the idea to harness intellectual capital for investment. IntelCap has since then grown to become a unique development advisory company that provides a full spectrum of services for social enterprises and business focused on low-income population. Vineet was invited by the G8 Task Force on Impact Investing in 2014 to serve on its International Development Working Group. Vineet has received numerous awards in the G20 SME Finance Award in South Korea, UNDP IBLF World Business Award in New York, and Lemelson Award for Innovation in Finance at IIT Madras in relation to his work in Avishkar. He was awarded Ashoka Fellowship and Honorary Membership of XLRI Alumni Association in recognition of his contribution to impact investing space. So we welcome you on board and request Mr. Mani Mamalan to accompany the chief guests for a bouquet.
Yeah, please. Sorry, I think we took a long introduction about the whole event. I'm, I'm sorry for the whole basically delay in. The whole event I possibly thought and actually requested Mr. Vijay Kannan when I met him was, we have grown from nothing to what we are today. And I thought possibly I must share this pleasure of being what we are to every one of you who have been here. The event is not about us, the event is about you. And we want to share the basically thanksgiving to you for every effort that you have put in collectively to make EPS what it is. Most of you possibly who was present here will be felicitated or given at least recognition of the awards of our Thanksgiving. But there are many people who are basically just not going to get any awards out here. And I actually, before I start the basically ceremony, I want to thank every one of them. And I have to call them up, and please, all of you, please stand one by one. The first and foremost person who basically made this one happen with me is my co-promoter, Sanjay Kapoor. Stand there, please. You're not getting any awards here, so possibly you have to stand there. And the second gentleman who actually thought, I think, we are worth something, and is Dr. Guruswamy. So when we got together, created on a tapri, as he rightly said, on a tea shop, and we ventured into and we kept discussing with our partners, so on and so forth. The first man who recognized us that we can become a channel partner for selling ATMs is Navroz Dastur, the country manager, MD, NCR. But he still may be getting an award, but yes, it's Sundays. The most important person after that, who trusted me when he joined the organization, and he didn't know, I think, what he was getting into. And he said, Mani, everything is fine. I said, everything is fine. And his name was Tyagarajan. Along with him, there was another ignorant soul who also basically didn't ask me questions when I asked him, you're going to join me, Murali Bhavanarayan. But there is another two gentlemen, experts in their respective fields, whom I have to coax, cajole, and have a lot of discussions with them. And there were three of them, three musketeers, but for them, this organization is not what it is today. PM Joshi, Chandrasekhar, and Manohar. Of course, I think I must not basically just leave out one name, but for whom I possibly won't be standing here. And when I was very young, I used to be the most restless guy in the world. I used to always sniff like my mom. And she used to say, "Why are you doing this? Why are you restless?" And she was the only person who made me what I am, at least not so restless, calm and quiet. Even now, I know I am not restless. I am not calm and quiet. But from then to now, I think I have improved a lot to that extent. My wife, Vidya Mani Mamalan. You got to stand up, that's very important. Thank you, all of you. Because I'm not going to give any awards to all of you because you're part of the organization, you're part of the EPS. So with that, I leave the floor to Richard, or basically call the chief guest to give them flowers. May I request PM Joshi, Farooq to come on the stage to share the bouquets with the chief guest. Yes, sir, please. Mr. Vijay Kannan, please. Sir, may I have your presence here, sir, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first annual ATMoSPHERE Awards 2015, hosted by EPS. We are gathered here today to strengthen relationships and to honor our customers, investors, bankers, business associates, vendors, by recognizing outstanding achievement and inspiring future success. This month, EPS has been honored by renowned publisher and IT magazine, CIO Review, for our stellar working methodologies and unique innovative practices that can stand the test of time and have been featured in the magazine's main article titled Enterprise Startups to Watch in 2015. We wish to acknowledge that EPS would not have achieved this accomplishment without your continued support and patronage. A panel comprising of the top management in EPS has recognized 30 award winners within our ecosystem. I request our honorable chief guest, Mr. Vijay Kannan and Mr. Vineet Rai, and our Chairman and Managing Director, Mamalan, to please step on the stage to give away the awards. Bank of India. May I request Mr. Abhay Sinha, Senior Manager and Alternate Delivery Channel, please collect your award. K. Bajaj, Deputy General Manager, ATM. Next category, we have the Investor Recognition Award. And the nominees are Avishkar India 2 Company Limited, Avishkar Goodwill India Microfinance Development Company 2 Limited, Avishkar Venture Management Services Private Limited, and Asia Participation BV. We have 3 winners in this category. The first one goes to Avishkar India 2 Company Limited. I request Mr. Naushad Kola, partner Avishkar Group, to please come forward. The second winner is Avishkar Goodwill India Microfinance Development Company 2 Limited. I request Shushma Kaushik to please step forward. And the third winner is Asia Participation BV. This is a subsidiary of FMO, which is based out of Netherlands. Unfortunately, we cannot have them here with us tonight. But Mr. Vinit Rai could accept this award on their behalf. The next category is the Investment Banking Partner Recognition Award. And the nominees are Centrum Capital Limited, Intellicap, SBI Capital Markets Limited, also known as SBI Cap. We have 2 winners in this category. The first winner is SBI Cap. I request Mr. Suchasmit Ghosh, Senior VP and Group Head. I believe he hasn't arrived yet. Could we ask Mr. Murli to please pick up the award on behalf of SBI Cap? The next one is Centrum Capital Limited. May I request Mr. P.R. Kalyanaraman, Managing Director, to please accept the award. The next category is Financial Services Recognition Award. And the nominees are Bank of India, Jason's Finleys Limited, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Rentworks India, Rentworks Alpha Private Limited, Rent Asset Initiatives, Reliance Capital Limited, Siemens Financial Services Private Limited, Tata Capital Financial Services Limited. We have 2 winners in this category. And the first winner is Bank of India. I request Mr. D. Chandramouli. I don't believe he's here at the moment. May I request, do we have Mr. D. Chandramouli with us? May I request Mr. Chandrasekhar to please step forward and accept this award on behalf of Bank of India? The next award goes to Reliance Capital Limited. May I request Ms. Saloni Shah, National Product Manager. I believe they haven't arrived yet. May I request Mr. Kola to please accept this award on behalf of Reliance Capital Limited. Unfortunately, most of the award winners haven't reached here yet, thanks to the Mumbai traffic. But the next category is Private Banking Recognition Award, and the nominees are Kotak Mahindra Bank and Bank of India. And the winner is Kotak Mahindra Bank. May I request Mr. Manu Sharma, Vice President, to please accept the award. The next category in the awards tonight is the ATM Partner Recognition Award. And the nominees are Diebold Systems Private Limited, NCR Corporation India Private Limited, Vortex Engineering, and Wincor Nextdoff. We have two winners in this category. And the first one is NCR Corporation India Private Limited. I request Mr. Navroz Dastur, Managing Director, to please accept the award. The next winner is Vortex Engineering. We have Mr. Vanjanathan, yes, Deputy General Manager, Customer Services. The next category is Cash Logistics Partner Recognition Award. And the nominees are Active Secure Management Services, CashTech Facility Management, Excel Cash Management Corporation, Logicash Solutions, RCI Cash Management Services, Scientific Security Services, Secure Value India Limited, and SIS Prosegur. We have two winners in this category. The first one is SIS Prosegur. May I request Lieutenant Colonel Sudarshana Rao, Director, SIS Prosegur, to please accept the award. Logicash Solutions Private Limited. May I request Mr. Vipin Jain, Director, Logicash Solutions, to please accept this award. Category is the Technology Partner Recognition Award, and the nominees are Concerto Software and Systems Private Limited, Exponentia Data Labs Private Limited, Hughes Communication India Private Limited, NetMagic, Transtrack Technology Services Private Limited, ThinkPrice Software Solution Private Limited. We have two winners in this category, and the first one is Hughes Communication India Private Limited. May I request Mr. Kiran Sangaram, Director of Hughes Communication, to please accept this award. And the next winner is Concerto Software and Systems Private Limited. May I request Mr. Siddhartha Pandey, Director, to please accept this award. The next category is the ATM Facility Management Partner Recognition Award. And the nominees are ANS Infrastructure Interior and Designing, Clear Secured Services Private Limited, Karigar Art, Moditech Building Systems Private Limited, and Patel and Associates. We have two winners in this category, and first one is Clear Secured Services Private Limited. May I request Mr. Vimal Dubey, Chairman and Managing Director, to please accept the award. The next winner is Patel and Associates. May I request Mr. Ashok Patel, proprietor, to please accept this award. The next category is the Audit Partner Recognition Award. And the nominees are Deloitte Haskins and Sells LLP, Dilip Bramecha and Associates, Prashant Mittal and Associates, PricewaterhouseCoopers Private Limited, or PwC. We have two winners in this category. The first one is Deloitte Haskins and Sells LLP. May I request Mr. Kalpesh Mehta, please accept this award. The next winner is Dilip Bramecha and Associates. May I request Mr. Dilip Bramecha, partner at Dilip Bramecha and Associates, to please accept this award. The next category is the Law Firm Partner Recognition Award, and this award goes to Dua and Associates. May I request Mr. Vinod Joseph, partner at Dua Associates, please accept this award. The Company Secretary Recognition Award. This one goes to Jain Radhi and Associates. May I request Sakshi Jain and Akanksha Rati to please accept this award. We have a special recognition award for Mr. K.N. Pimple, founder and managing director of CISP and CIS Bureau's Facility Services, for his outstanding contribution and support to EPS over the last 3 years, especially during the Ministry of Finance project. We have Mr. Pimple. May I request Mr. Manor to please pick up this award on behalf of Mr. Pimple. In the next category, we have the Awards of Excellence for the top performers at EPS in the last 1 year. I request Mr. Tyagarajan to take over and announce the winners.
Good evening, everybody. Uh, it gives us an exciting moment to announce one of the best performers of EPS employees. The selection committee panel decided to offer the Excellence Award to all the to select categories in the employees, right from accounts, technology, services, and communications, towards the objective, the criteria based, which was based on selecting this star performers for Award of Excellence, is positive approach and intent, self-starter and proactive, a team player delivering on time continuously, striving to excel, a role model for the team, shows zeal and energy, and guides the team and shows good leadership qualities. Ladies and gentlemen, I have pleasure to announce the first Award of Excellence in the Finance and Accounts. Any guess? Hemant Patel. Patel is a team player. He has formulated process and policies, strengthened budgetary controls, timely circulation of MS reports like financials, cost volume, profit analysis, instrumental in timely and smooth completion of statutory audit, efficient tax compliances, and in all, a role model in the finance and accounts team. Thanks, Hemant. Next in the category is services. Any guess on services team? We have Magesh Gaitonde. Mahesh has given exemplary performance in delivering the project of Ministry of Finance, right from Corporation Bank to Bank of Baroda, and also done an exemplary work in Canara Bank in leading the deployment of ATMs. Close to 350 ATMs he has completed so far. Thanks, Mahesh. We have next in the category monitoring and again technology department. Any guess? Abhijit Vaigankar. Abhijit has consistently performed in enabling the ATM Live. Close to 2,000 ATMs he is monitoring day in, day out, and to ensure that cash is available to the customer. Thanks, Abhijit. We have a category in services, an exemplary performance and leading the team, a deployment of close to 1,100 ATMs for only State Bank of India and another 275 to Union Bank of India. Good relations with vendor management and a team leader. I have pleasure in announcing Bharat Panchal, General Manager Services, as the winner of the award. And ladies and gentlemen, a category on key account management, sales and marketing. Any guess? We have Vaibhav Puranik, who scores exemplary well, completed all the targets in Bank of Maharashtra, Central Bank of India, and Punjab National Bank, has zeal and energy, and has a good intent to execute jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, Vaibhav Puranik, Award of Excellence, Key Account Manager, Sales and Marketing. Thank you. And finally, we have a category on corporate affairs, communications, and marketing. And we have no other candidates. Exemplary one. Any guess? Richard Candy. Richard has an aptitude to excel job, and has done exceedingly well in recent marketing projects and events at EPS. A productive, creative, and a proactive person, and an inspiring perfectionist. He shows exemplary performance and given the job, and continues to strive and excel well. Thanks, Richard. Ladies and gentlemen, I request our chief guest, Mr. V.G. Kannan, to say a few words and wishes as well with his blessings and well wishes.
Good evening. The night is still young. Mr. Manimamal and senior executives of the company, all the award winners from the company and from the vendor service providers. In fact, when I was asked to come here, I was a bit unnerved. Technology is something that's too far away from me, though I have handled technology for the last about 1.5 years. Second thing is, when I thought about ATM, of course, the only thing I know is you have a machine there. We put your ATM card, and then you get your cash. Little did I know, there are so many people who are involved, and so many ways there is services to be rendered. And I think, but for the fact that all of you come together at various points of time, this ATM services could have been successful. I think ATM has become a game changer for the last 10 years. So much so that I think there are many points. Suppose you are driving also, you say, you see a particular SBI ATM or HDFC ATM, and that becomes a landmark for you to say you turn right after that. These are the kind of landmarks which has happened. Now the ATMs earlier was only a cash dispensing machine. Earlier, or what is called the automatic teller machine. Now the kind of services which are being rendered by ATMs is much more mind-boggling. Coming to one more thing is the Indian technology of ATM is probably the best in the world. Real-time debits to your account. There's no cash extra being maintained, and there's no question of any delayed accounting. When I was discussing this with my friends and counterparts in Germany, they were all a bit astounded when I told them that I get a SMS message, probably even a few seconds before the cash comes out of the machine. Very often start wondering whether my money has already been taken away by someone else in some other machine when I put the ATM card. Now, I think the EPS has been generally been concentrating only on the ATM services. The way the Jan Dhan Yojana program has been panned out, and also the new program of the JAM, which the Arun Jaitley has promised, branches may have to actually close down. And it's going to be a cashless, transactions everywhere. Maybe there are more areas where, with the coming of the small banks and the payment banks, more areas where EPS can come into play. I think they should start thinking well in advance, what are the various kinds of products, how simpler it can be done. The mobile now has become an integral part of our body. Even a part of our system, but it's more like a on your body. In fact, we in SBI say that you have your bank in your pockets. Then now with that kind of system, you can actually transact, you can make payments, receive payments, transfer, mobile, mobile top-up, book your tickets. Every kind of transaction can be done. Earlier, we were only restricted ourselves only to cash withdrawal and cash deposits. Now I think the entire works is there. We also have the passbook on these systems. I think EPS has to start thinking beyond pure ATMs, and maybe try to find out if there are certain other ways where the ATM can have multiple uses rather than simple cash deposit and transfer, etc. And we in SBI were also even thinking, you go to an ATM, and then you can also start negotiating with them for a loan. We have already put in place about 6 branches in SBI, what's called the in-touch branches. These are the state-of-the-art branches where you can get advisors and get you an on-the-spot sanction for housing loans, car loans, and also give you all kinds of projects. Maybe all those things can also come with the modern technology of, I think, especially the ladies here. I don't think so. Most of the malls are actually crying now because they don't see any of the footfalls there. All the purchases are being made online. And with this kind of technology, I think people are either going to become lazy, going only to the movies, and start buying all the things online. I see a great future for EPS. I have been in touch with them for the last almost 7-8 years. I think for almost 7-8 years, when I was earlier in general manager in Chennai. And of course, I had interaction with ATM, Navroz was also there. And with him, I had a interaction, and I think it's a pleasant surprise for me to meet him again here. And I wish APS and the entire Mani Mamlan in particular, and the entire team whom I have been meeting regularly, all the best and a great future ahead. Thank you.
I request our Chief Guest Vineet Rai to address the audience.
Mr. Kannan, Mr. Kannan, everybody else. I have known Mani now for 3 years, and he has an ability to throw surprises. I was not aware I was chief guest today. Only came to know through an email circular which mentioned my name. So if I look a little dazed, don't be surprised. Anyway, Mani has actually, so my first introduction to Mani was when he came to our office roughly 3 years back, Mani, 2.5. And I had not much of a clue of what the discussion was. ATMoSPHERE had actually met Mani earlier and set up the meeting, so we met. And here was a gentleman who came in very passionate about what he wants to do. I had no clue about who Mani was by then. But by the end of an hour-long interaction, I realized he's a man who knows how the first ATM was installed and knows everything about what ATM does and how it functions and how you can build a business around it. It did not take us much time to realize that if nothing, you have a fairly passionate, very committed person in the business of ATM. And the only thing we needed to figure out is, does he have the ability to execute on the vision? Fact is, 2.5, 3 years later, we are sitting here with a very large gathering of people. At that point of time, EPS, I think, didn't have any employees, if I remember correctly. It says a lot about the man that we met, the passion that he carried, and the ability he had in converting an idea into a business. So congratulations, Mani, for coming all this distance. Our job at ATMoSPHERE over a period of last 2.5 years has been to hold Mani back rather than let him run. His mother probably played a very important role in actually stabilizing him, and so did his wife. We can take some credit in keeping him stable. Number of phone calls that you receive from Mani if you are an investor is significant, and the time is no bar. It can come at any point of time. I think one of the biggest strengths that Mani had is the kind of recognition he carries in the sector. We have over a period of time recognized and learned that the kind of knowledge he has about the sector and the number of people outside the sector, especially the investor community who know about him, is quite significant. And we, being in the investment community, probably know less investor than the number that Mani knows himself. That actually goes to show about what kind of respect he carries. One of our limited partners, FMO, also followed through our investment. And they have been pleasantly surprised. They carried out a corporate governance diligence on EPS, something that I would like to share because it's important for people to understand how Mani has built this organization this far. Corporate due diligence essentially rated EPS as one of the, probably the highest in what FMO has seen. as an early stage investor, we have actually a large number of companies. We have invested in roughly 60 odd companies across India and outside India as well. I can tell you that any company within a 1.5 year time frame or 2 year time frame going through a corporate due diligence would rarely pass. Forget about actually coming out with glowing. So this is again a tribute to Money and the EPS team for building an organization that one can actually learn quite a lot from. Having said that, there is a lot that EPN can do further. Mr. Kannan mentioned few things. EPS has come a long distance, probably has a significant amount of scale that it has achieved in the short period of time. One probably needs to now think about how to move from the core brass tacks of building infrastructure around the financial activity to the significant amount of changes that the financial inclusion sector is taking place right now. I think the mention of the JAM, the changes that are taking place, and my guess is everybody is in financial services here, so JAM stands for Jan Dhan, Aadhaar, and Mobile, which essentially is the trinity that the banking sector is willing to move towards. Maybe it's the right path, and I will actually concur and follow through Mr. Kannan's advice, is probably the way for us to go. I'll not spend too much time because the food is waiting probably, and most of us might be interested in that than hearing about my personal equations. But what I would like to conclude with is, as investors, it's a pleasure to find entrepreneurs who can not only give you a vision, but then follow through and execute on it. We have been very lucky to actually find Money, and we are looking for more people like Money. If there are people who are inspired by the gentleman here and would like to build businesses in financial inclusion space, I would leave a small pitch from our side. We will be happy to look at you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of the awards. On behalf of the management and staff at EPS, we extend our sincere gratitude to our honorable chief guests, Mr. V.G. Kannan and Mr. Vineet Roy, for supporting ATMoSPHERE Awards 2015 and facilitating the award winners. A heartfelt thank you to all our valued customers, investors, bankers, business associates, and vendors for your continued patronage and trust in EPS over the past 3 years. Each of you have been an integral part of our success, and we could not have done this without you. EPS looks forward to strengthening our business relationships and continue delivering results, reliability, and dependability of our business services in the banking, ATM, and the payments industry in India. Thank you once again for attending and supporting ATMoSPHERE Awards 2015. Please indulge in the dinner buffet served right outside the ballroom and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.